All right. We're gonna call it a day in this room, but then I'm gonna check on what my wife said because she said check DMs is good. Can you watch it? You will die of laughter. I really thought it was gonna be like good news, but it's like a social video. I'm clicking the X, so it's an orangutan. Okay, so it's a video. I don't know how to make it any larger than this. It appears to be a video of an orangutan stealing ice cream from a small Korean child. I'm sorry, I don't know how to make the video any bigger. The kid's trying to eat the ice cream, but he's being chased by an orangutan on a scooter. Oh, he yoinks it so good, man. Yes, sir. Oh, man. That is, I love the Orangi stuff, man. There's like a series of these videos. The Korean TV is on a different level, man. One of my favorite Korean TV, they just be doing shit. One of my favorite ones is when they went to the like chimpanzee, I don't know what you call it, like a sanctuary, and then they built like a home theater, and then they showed the chimpanzee King Kong just to see what would happen. And then like when the biplanes start shooting the shit out of King Kong, the chimpanzee, pardon the pun, went ape shit. It started like ripping, it was like smashing the TV on the floor and like pulling all the furniture apart, like from the nails and shit. You want to see it again? Sure, man, yeah. So this is Orangi. There's a series of videos on Korean TV where this orangutan named Orangi just kind of like, they're like, what if a chimpanzee went to school for a day? And the chimp is like, or the orangutan is like stealing, there is a butt crack down here. The chimpanzee is like stealing other kids' food and stuff like that. And all the kids are crying. It's great, man. So we see the ice cream. The scooter is crazy too. Like that does not seem safe. The way that it's shot is crazy, man. It's shot like a slasher flick. Oh man, that's good stuff. I love the one where Orangi goes to it goes to kindergarten and they like feed it lunch and then it steals lunch off of another kindergartner's plate and then that kid starts crying and then Orangi freaks out and like flips over its tray and spills the shit everywhere and then runs away. Oh man. What about Japanese TV? Listen. There's peak slop. I know that it's bat chest Japan, but like my impression of Japanese TV is largely really bad when I'm in Japan. You turn on the TV and it's like 80 celebrities panel reacting to someone cooking like rice or something like that. And they're all, oh, I couldn't believe that they would, wow, what do you think about, whoa, they put salt in the rice. And like, so there's that, or like a 65-year-old man with a wig singing the worst ballad you've ever heard in your entire life on like a karaoke stage. But then every now and then they did have that show where the dude it was like a jackass, and it was like he has to finish singing a song at karaoke while getting jerked off. And I think, like, it's not for perverted reasons. That's just entertaining content, man. That's the kind of shit that's like, you would have that conversation with your friends in college. You would be like, you think you could sing a song while you're getting jerked off? And then they ran the test, man. They didn't moralize and go, how could you even come up with that? That's ridiculous. It's an indictment of your character that you would even suggest an experiment. They said, you know what, buddy? We're going to run that. That's a great idea. So I think you take the good with the bad. But like, I always laugh when Justin's doing the like watch world television bit. And he's like, let's see what's going on in South Korea. And I'm like, you don't need to click, buddy. I'll tell you what's going on South Korean TV. Home shopping. There's like 19 home shopping channels and then like one channel that has K-dramas and that's it. It's just home shopping. Are you into K-dramas? I can't speak or I'll be in trouble. I've watched more than the average person in this chat. I've watched some Sky Castles. I've watched some what was the one with the lady who she got really, really bullied as a teenager and then grew up to become a teacher and morbed all over them? The Glory, yeah, I watched that one. Squid Game, yeah, of course, Squid Game, and one where here's my problem with K-drama. I think it's cultural, and I'm not Korean. In Western media, the more dramatic something gets, the more melodramatic it strikes us as, for the most part. And K-dramas crank up the melodrama to like 100. It feels like in every single show, there's a conspiracy that goes all the way to the top, or the main character's a ghost, or she's in love with a ghost, or the guy that she's in love with is dead. The guy that she's in love with is actually like a reincarnated Korean emperor from like the 15th century or something like that. Like there's always, that's not life, man. That's not life. I still think what is the fucking librarian? You have to back me up. I watched like 2 episodes of like Extraordinary Attorney Woo or whatever, and I was like, come on. I think I look at this similar to the way that like people look at Job and the Lawnmower Man. I'm like, you can't be putting this on TV. There's no nuance in this. But then there's like he's like a Canadian or American investment guy, and like out of nowhere he tweeted like, hey, I normally don't give TV recommendations, but if you haven't been watching Extraordinary Attorney Woo on Netflix, you really got to give it a chance. And I was like, what the hell? Larry Summers? Larry Summers out here repping the K-drama Extraordinary Attorney Woo? I thought it kind of blew my mind, to be honest. But anyway. I also feel like, I mean, I've watched a lot of Korean movies. I always have to remind myself when I watch a Korean movie that it could be like the most horrific, like slasher film of all time. The sidekick of the main character will always be like a dopey slapstick sort of like, you won't, but like he'll be, the main character will be like trying to solve the murder and it's all like gritty and dramatic. And then his buddy will come in with like steaming hot ramen, and then he'll like trip over a shoe on the floor and like spill the ramen. I told you not to put your shoes on the floor. Oh, like it's, I have to remind myself that that's a cultural difference. That's like archetypical in Korean media that doesn't happen so much in like American movies. So Kramer? Yeah, but it'd be like, if you put Kramer in like Zodiac or something like that, which you wouldn't because he was not getting work at that point for obvious reasons. But I saw the Devil US remake with Jack Black. Yes, sir. A double feature. I'll get the Wailing remake directed by Brett Ratner starring Kevin Hart. I can just hear Kevin Hart. Cut that loud mess out. Stop all that wailing. Stop. So why? Why? You got your balls, you got your dick tied up in knots like a pretzel stick. Who's got their cock in you, my friend? Into my mouth it comes again. Sweet like candy, glaze my hole. Sweet you are, I'll lick your soul. But that's gay Dave Matthews. Or as I call him, Dave Matthews, my friend whose sexual preference is immaterial to me. Crash into us, and we're coming to. Don't bite the mailman. Is that not Polly, Dave Matthews? I don't know, brother. It's a complicated world these days. If you're living in the world today, you be hearing the shit that Dave Matthews say. People that front, we don't have none. So we blast them, all right? Well, okay. That's what I'm talking about. LGBTQ, DMX, I was gonna bark like DMX, but I was gonna take like a stereotypically effeminate dog bark instead of like the aggressive dog bark that he normally does. I was gonna go like, yip yip. I don't think the world's ready for that yet.